A very good morning to you all, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Press Insight. I am Abir Mitwalabi, accompanying you for the next 15 minutes to shed more light on the latest headlines that took part today in the newspaper. And we start off from Al Ahram newspaper, where Egypt-Tanzania leaders discuss launching maritime routes, and Egypt-Tanzania leaders discuss launching maritime routes agriculture reclamation project. Egypt and Tanzania presidents discussed launching a maritime shipping route linking two of their ports as well as agriculture reclamation project in Tanzania. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi and Tanzanian President Samia Hassan met in Dar es Salaam on Saturday, holding talks that reflected the two countries' keenness to enhance their strategic relations. Talks included boosting trade, fostering investment, exchanging expertise, and launching development projects. In a joint press conference with Hassan following the talks, President Sisi said that they discussed launching a maritime shipping route linking Egypt's Safaga port and Tanzania's Dar es Salaam port. They also discussed establishing a multi-modal corridor connecting Cairo and Dar es Salaam through a series of joint development projects. And to talk more about this and the other news, we were very delighted to have with us over the phone Mr. Ahmed Yasser Koumy. He is a political analyst and also he is a geopolitical relations researcher. Thank you very much, sir, for joining us today.
Good morning.
A very good morning to you, sir. Sir, how do you view the visit by President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi that took part yesterday to the Tanzania and the meeting with the President of Tanzania and the latest developments on the ground?
The Egyptian and the Tanzania President discussed launching maritime shipping route linking two of their ports as well as agriculture reclamation project in Tanzania.
Yeah.
Talks included boosting trade, fostering investment, exchanging experience, and launching development projects. President Abdel Fattah el-Sisi recommended Egyptian leading to partly in the excavation and the development of Dar es Salaam port string, that the project should be integrated into a border regulation projects network linking the port with Tanzanian neighboring countries.
Yeah. Well, Mr. Ahmed, moving to another news from Al Ahram online, where we read Foreign Minister Badr Abdel Ati addresses the Middle East tensions with Witkoff Khomeini counterpart. Foreign Minister Badr Abdel Ati held separate phone calls on Saturday with his Khomeini counterpart Badr bin Hamad Al Busaidi and the U.S. Special Envoy to the Middle East Steve Witkoff amid rapidly escalating military tensions in the region. During the separate phone calls, the Egyptian foreign minister addressed the serious talks, risks that escalation poses to regional security and stability, as well as ongoing regional efforts to escalate the situation, reduce tensions, and return to negotiations. According to the Egyptian Foreign Ministry, Abdel Ati and Al Busaidi stressed the need to de-escalate the tensions and prevent the region from sliding into chaos. Mr. Ahmed, Egypt's diplomatic efforts on the Middle East tensions, how do you view the efforts by Egypt in this regard? And moving to another news where from The Guardian, we read from The Guardian, the U.S. launched new strikes against Iran after it earlier announced that 2 U.S. military personnel were killed in Jordan and another was missing following an Iranian attack. Before the strikes on Saturday, Iran's supreme leader Ayatollah Mujtaba al-Khamenei said that Washington would pay for seeking to de-escalate the tensions. Also, U.S. Central Command made the announcement, adding in a statement that the airstrikes began at President Donald Trump's directions. The U.S. and Iran have intensified attacks since an interim ceasefire deal signed a month ago fell apart last week, raising the possibility of a return to all-out war. Central Command noted that the two deaths occurred on Friday, and that a third U.S. service member was missing in action. The announcement brought the number of U.S. service members killed since the war began to 16 people, while more than 420 have been wounded. Meanwhile, U.S. Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth posted on her social media on X that the sacrifice only stiffened their resolve. Iran appeared to target U.S. assets in the Gulf after U.S. attacks on Iranian bridges, power facilities, and other infrastructure. In a written statement carried by the official social media accounts of Iran's supreme leader and Iranian state media, Khamenei said that U.S. actions have shown that Trump's signature was devoid of credibility. And moving to another news from Sada al-Balad, where Iranian Revolutionary Guards, 2 oil tankers exploded and catch fire in the south of the Strait of Hormuz. The Iranian Revolutionary Guards announced early on Saturday morning that 2 oil tankers exploded and caught fire while attempting to cross a minefield south of the Strait of Hormuz, according to a statement. According to the Fars news agency, the Revolutionary Guard stated in statement number 26 that the 2 tankers were struck by the explosion after entering the minefield, having been missiled by the American intelligence. The statement indicated that the fires spread rapidly. The statement added that the Revolutionary Guard Navy considers the Strait of Hormuz a highly dangerous and completely area due to the criminal American efforts, warning that shipping in the region will continue until these operations cease. The Revolutionary Guards emphasized that the ships must avoid entering the area and urged caution to ensure the safety of the ships in the Strait of Hormuz. And moving to another news from Al-Ahram Online, where we read Lebanese President Joseph Aoun left Beirut on Saturday for Washington, where he is expected to meet with the President Donald Trump after the latest round of Lebanese-Israel talks wrapped up in Italy. It will be the first trip to Washington by the Lebanese President Michel Suleiman, who was received by Barack Obama in 2009. Aoun will hold talks with several American officials on the situation in Lebanon and ways to strengthen the ceasefire, as well as the withdrawal of Israel from the Lebanese regions it occupied. Confirming Aoun's arrival in a letter statement, the Lebanese president, he said he would meet with U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio on Sunday and Trump on Tuesday. And now we're moving to some sports news, where we read that England edged a 6-4 in a chaotic World Cup bronze match, where England beat France 6-4 in a chaotic World Cup match played on Saturday, as Kylian Mbappé became the all-time leading scorer in the World Cup history. Both teams have higher aspirations at the 2026 tournament, but suffered painful semi-final exits. France were outplayed by Spain, while England suffered a late collapse against Argentina. Both coaches made multiple changes for the match in the depressive Miami, with a host of stars on the bench at the start. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this brings us to the end of our Press Insight. Thanks for watching, and please stay tuned for more to come on Nile TV International.